Hello and welcome, everyone. We're excited that you're here again today. This is going to be day 4, and we're super excited to share with you a concept that is amazing. But let's review before we get started. Day 1, we learned about alliances. Day 2, we talked about issuing currency. Day 3, we talked.
Wait. Let me have you clarify currency without debt. Give me an example. What was our
examples? Examples was Disney dollars. Remember, guys, the point about you guys being here is really to give you 10 different strategies to raise money for your business, and ultimately for those that desire to go to Business Mastery, give you some ways to raise money to attend Business Mastery.
Excellent.
Okay, so now that we've done that, the third day 3, we learned the power of referral marketing and how to reverse engineer it. Remember, reverse engineering it, not so that we're asking for you to give me referrals, but you go out and that you give referrals, creating goodwill and reciprocity.
And future value.
And future value, right? Correct.
And today is
called
create a zero hard dollar.
Yeah, zero hard dollar.
Now that's an oxymoron. Now, because we are going to do this in 15 minutes, what I'm going to explain is a very complex, complicated concept. Before I do that, I want to go back to what we did yesterday. And I want to cover on why I presented in the order I presented. Why did we talk about an alliance? Why did we talk about referrals? And why did we talk about creating currency or creating a gift certificate? Yesterday, that I came in with my flowery dress and I put my jacket. In fact, it was a double-breasted jacket. If you know anything about a double-breasted jacket, it means you're serious. It means you've got your armor on for business. And so the difference between understanding relationship as girls and how we get along, or as women and how we communicate with emotion and all these other things, and then also structure, not only in how you present yourself in business, but also understanding the business structure. I wanted to create, because it's a woman's way, I'm wanting to see women and show how they interact with their emotion and their feelings and their, desires and dreams and all the different things, and networking, all the things they talk about. We have to align with that, but at some point we have to understand that bridge between the gifts of a woman and the structure of a man, and what those strengths and weaknesses are in business. And so today I'm going to go into structure. And as I go into structure, it's going to be a linear. It's kind of like the foundation before you build the house and furnish it, right? And what is our house? Our house is our business, right? And what is our funds to build the house or the business? What is that? That's our backers. Our money is going to be our backers or our referrals that create future value. Is that clear? If you are a wage earner or salaried, or even as a sales rep that works full time, you probably have no references to understand business structure for creating money, right? Isn't that the objective of the business? So today I'm going to create some structure, but you really have no understanding or references to understand the structure, but I still have to put it on the board so you see the linear board, right? And the structure of the goals of business. And the goal of business is to
make money.
And so we're going to look at some things that businesses do to keep their costs down or their profit greater, and some creative ways that I have used in order to create wealth or money with little or no cost. I'm going to use Mashonda as my barometer to be able to tell me if she's understanding structure in an environment that she's never been exposed to, right? She's a sales rep for an extraordinary company that has great products and services. And so with those products and services, they have hard costs, and then they have added value, right? And Tony always talks about give added value. But the bottom line, and I want you to understand that in business, is do you make a profit? And how do you show that profit? And when do you show certain kinds of profit? One of the greatest speakers, educators, and book author that I came across in Business Mastery last year is Keith Cunningham. Keith Cunningham, so if you've ever read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he's the mastermind who taught the rich dad concept, how to teach anyone that doesn't know how to make money some concepts. Well, he has a book out, and he did Business Mastery last year, and he's doing it again. And one of his mantras that really got me excited, and I want you to hear it. And he said, I love numbers and numbers love me. And he got everybody chanting that. So today we're going to talk about numbers, because numbers are going to tell us whether we're making money or whether we're losing money. And we're making money, but maybe we don't want to show, or we want to understand how to have some expenses that don't cost us hard dollars when the tax liability is looking at you, right? Or maybe you want to show large amount of profit, but you have to make sure that profit is explained on your books on what the actual cost is, but what the value is, right? So that's a little complicated. Class is going to be customized to those that are here live, but understand I have, for those who miss it and are going to watch it pre-recorded, I have to give them some reference to understand the content in the format that I'm teaching it. One of the most complicated concepts is, so what a hard dollar is and what a soft dollar is. And that has to do with profit and loss. And what we're going to call as a hard dollar is your hard costs. If I had to buy something, like I have a hard cost if I have to employ a Mershonda, right? I have $20 an hour. Or if she's paid completely commission, I have a percentage of my profits that go away to my sales reps, right? So I have to understand my hard dollar and then my soft dollar. So my hard dollar is my costs, and my soft dollar is my value. And there's a difference. So if I sell something for $100 and it costs me 50, and let me see if you can see that on the board. Am I writing it big enough? Great. So if it costs me 50 plus I have a 10% cost to my rep, it's really costing me how much?
$60.
That's correct, because I got 10% of $100, right? So I have a cost of hard cost and $10, right? 10% of 100 is $10, right? And so now, how much do I have in value?
$40.
That's my soft dollar. Okay, so it doesn't actually cost me $40. It costs me $60. I don't make $100 because after my expenses, I only make 40. So I have a 40% profit, correct? All right, so why do we need to know that? So when I talk about a hard dollar or soft dollar, I'm going to take this off the board, and now I'm going to put it into two different applications. One, if you are wanting to start a business and you're going to have some startup costs, you're going to have some operating costs, and you might have some expenses. Or if you're doing a coaching business, you probably have no cost to do your business, correct? Because you're already paying those expenses, your housing and your driving and your phone and your computer. You're already paying that personally. Same for you, right? Even though you don't go into an office, so you don't have to drive, you work from home or wherever you're traveling. All right, so recap for me while I erase the board what you understood.
What I understood is that your hard cost is
Your hard dollar.
Your hard dollar is just the actual
cost
of what it takes, what it's going to cost you.
And a soft dollar
is the actual value that you get out of it.
Great.
Or
And
your profit.
Great. You can call it profit, but we don't use the word profit because of taxation. Okay?
Yeah.
And so sometimes I can take a soft dollar and use it on my books to offset a hard dollar profit. Okay? Now that's really complicated for someone who doesn't have a business or who has no expenses to the business, but it's very important for your backer. Now, what did I just say? The purpose of this 10-day challenge is because Mashonda wants to help people who don't have the money to get to business mastery so they can learn the skills of a business owner and be profitable, right? And so somebody is going to back that, and we have to understand why they would back it. What are we giving them? What is the value that they get? And they're going to have to convert it into what's my hard cost? What's my gain, right? Soft costs, basically these, if we put $10,000 up, what's my value that takes that $10,000 to more, right? So keep that in mind. If we have a backer do it because he wants the goodwill of knowing he supports a woman, that might be pretty. It might look good to his customers, but did he make any money? Well, he could make money. And if we can show him how he could make hard dollars with a soft dollar expense, then he's going to look at, or she's going to look at us and go, yeah, that sounds great. Because no matter what, a business is always looking at their hard dollar actual expense and their actual profit. Okay. And so as someone who's going to do a referral or who's going to do an alliance or who wants a backer, they're still looking at what's my hard dollar, what's my benefit, and does it make sense on the books, right? Can I take my hard dollar actual expense and use the soft dollar value to offset my tax liability? Yeah, you could do that. But that's not something you need to know. You just need to know, once you get to business mastery, what's your business? How can you do things with no cost? So you have no liability, and anything you make is what?
Profit.
Pure profit, right? Mm-hmm. So all of the things we've taught you up to now and tomorrow and the next 4 days or however many it turns out to be is going to be, how do we get you into business mastery? And once you learn once you determine what your business is and it is passion driven, so it's not a job, then what are some tools that you can use as you come out the gate to start making money now, because it costs you nothing or very soft dollars. If you had a 10% soft dollar cost, would it be valuable? Because, right, your hard cost is almost nothing. You could have some costs. So what I'm going to do, let's see. So we have about 2-3 more minutes. So if you wouldn't mind, any questions that you might have on soft dollar, because as we get into the Q&A, I'm going to cover what are soft dollars. a gift certificate, depending on what you give away, if it's something of value, but it doesn't cost you anything, do you see how you can create soft dollar for the company or soft dollar in a referral that doesn't cost you anything, right?
Okay.
If we take and bring you in as an intern and they paid $10,000, we have to make sure that they get more than $10,000 of value, right? In fact, if we could give them $100,000 of value, but it didn't cost us $100,000, if it cost us nothing, do you see why they would back you? Does that make sense now? Any other questions? Any other thoughts?
No, that's great. That's
Okay,
a great
so
explanation.
let me ask you one more question. You're on the hot seat and we're going to test you. So in our gift certificates or in our referral or in our alliance, if you were taking and receiving $10,000 to go to Business Mastery, what could you bring to the table to your backer that would bring value? If you could get them $100,000 worth of value for your $10,000 cost, what could you give them?
Well, I can absolutely give them referrals. I can go out and give away
Referrals for new business
business
that
for them.
can be tracked by a gift certificate,
right.
right?
Absolutely.
So that we could put it on the books.
Absolutely.
So that they know, wow, I spent $10,000 and I got $100,000.
Right.
Right?
Excellent.
And that's a really good example of what our game is. If we were to say we're playing Monopoly, that's your role, right?
Right.
As a intern for them or for their cause.
So I'm super excited about this concept because if you think about it, it's about adding value, helping to add value to someone else's business, and also adding value when you start your own company. How can you add value without creating something that's going to cost you money?
Tomorrow, here, we're going to give you a teaser for tomorrow. So tomorrow, what's on our list?
Establishing a cause-driven marketing program, i.e. crowdfunding.
Okay, so tomorrow I'm also going to add another part. And the other part is my most favorite, and that is home exchange. And what home exchange, because everyone lives in a home, whether they rent it or whether they buy it, and there is a soft dollar value. I'm going to show you how to create a currency with your home and how you can use it to create value or give somebody else value where it doesn't cost you anything. Okay. So thanks for joining us.